Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Before I get into the recap, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of the social media accounts. Also, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, I did finish last week with 19 wins and 1 loss. Only 1 loss for the week. So my win rate was 95%. Very, very good week, even though it kind of started out a little rough as far as like me losing power and stuff. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Now, as far as March, let's see, I did 88 wins and 14 losses for a win rate of 86.27% for the month. Not too bad. I got over 85%, so I'm not going to complain about that. So definitely happy about the performance of last week and the month of March. Not quite as strong as February, but it is what it is. So with that said, we'll just get into the trades. Now, Monday, I only took 3 trades because, like I said, I lost power, and just when I lost power, just things were just going wrong, and my computer actually had to reboot, and it needed to update. And I was just like, okay, everything is going sideways all of a sudden, so I'm going to stop trading. So that's what I did. And also this past week, I usually like to wait out the first 10-minute candle, and I've been waiting out the first 10-minute candle. Then I'd play the ORB, which is open range breakout or breakdown of that first 10-minute candle. But it's been so trappy the first half an hour, so I've been sitting out the first half an hour for now until things get better, because it's just getting kind of ridiculous, and I don't want no part of that. So me sitting out the first half an hour definitely contributed a lot to my win rate and doing good this week. I think if I did the 10-minute thing that I usually done, I probably would have seen a lot more losses than just one. So yeah, even that 1 loss I think was avoided, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So traded Isram on Monday, the 27th. I said SPY calls over 399. Okay, let's get Monday up on the chart. There has been so much movement pre-market, it's ridiculous. When I say three calls over 399, which is right here, high a day, kind of rounded up, pre-market high. See it drop down, it came back up. Now I would have bought calls right here. I might have been able to get out, but I popped just a little bit to get slammed. This is the double fake outs that have been happening. You can practically count the two fake outs every morning. I mean, you get a red candle right here. It looks like it's going to drop more. You could have got faked out down here near a low day. Then you could have got faked out up here at pre-market high for it to get slapped down. So 2 fake outs right there. Just been happening like clockwork. It's kind of ridiculous. So that's why I've been sitting out the first half an hour. So I did grab puts at 10:07, which is right here when it broke low a day right here. I took the 39.75 puts at 750, and they went from 750 to 920 in that dump right there. So that ended up being a good move. Then I played puts again at 1154, which is right here. You got these red candles right down here. I bounced up, didn't quite make it to the 20 EMA, which is this light blue line, but it started to come back down. When it came back down and broke lower day, I grabbed puts again. I got the 39.70 puts, 840, and they went from 840 to 1090 in that little drop right there. So I get a little bit of a move. Then I took calls at 1230, which is right here. Yeah, right here, right in here somewhere. 1230. Yeah, I took it right here. Popped up a little bit, chopped around, then it finally popped right here. But yeah, I got the 39.85 calls at 860, chopped around, then it finally popped. I was able to get out. I would have stopped out a lower day or down here somewhere, but it did work out. After it chopped for like a half an hour, and I was able to get out of this pop. So they went from $8.60 to $10. So then I lost power, and I was in a challenge play when I lost power. So that was one of the reasons why I was like, okay, I'm out. I'm done for the day. So challenge account kind of didn't do so well this past month, but I don't cover the challenge account or the IRA accounts and the recaps because my recaps would be hours long, and I am not doing that. So the important ones are the ones in the main account and the ones that I cover mostly in the main chat room. So now that is it on Monday. Like I said, I stopped because of just everything going wrong. Now Tuesday, let's see, the 28th, trade ideas room. Sid Spy puts in the 395.50, and Baba puts in the 92. Baba didn't go into 92. It bounced. It dropped to 92, then it bounced. But let's see. I got puts at 10.31, which is right here. Now you can see red candle made a new high day right there, and it faked out. Then it came back up here and faked out again. I waited out the first half an hour, actually first hour. If I waited the first half an hour, I could have got calls right here, but for some reason I didn't. I'm not quite sure why I wasn't looking at calls at this particular time. I definitely could have. I think I might have been more put biased right here. I'm not quite sure why what was happening that particular day at that time, but anyways, I could have taken calls right there and had a decent play, but I did take it right here underneath the 395.50 area. 50.45 area, 50-ish. We'll just say 50-ish. I took the 39.65 puts at $9, and they went from $9 to $13.80 in that dump right there. Then I took puts again at 11.48, which is right 11.48 right here. Probably, yeah, I took it right here because of the close to higher day and 200 EMA. I took the rejection right there, pretty much shorting the pops. I took the 39.65 puts at 7.10, and they went from 7.10 to 8.10 in that little drop. Not much of a drop. Got $1 out of it, so I'm not going to complain about that. I didn't take the puts right here. I probably should have, but I took calls at what? No, yeah, 11.48. Yeah, that's why I took that. They took calls at 206, which is right here. I'm not quite sure why I took calls right there. You'll see an hourly pivot down here at the 394. Maybe that was no, that wasn't previous day's close, because that was up here. I have no idea what that was, why I took that number right there, but anyways, I did end up taking. I'm sure there was something. I don't see at the 28th right here on the hourly, and I can see a little bit of support right here, resistance. Well, yeah, support right here and here, right in this area. So yeah, I can see, but I would think there was probably another reason why I grabbed it. But anyways, got this nice red candle right here. Get another green candle, like inside up, where you have a red candle, a green candle, then you have a green candle up. It's called an inside up. They end up usually being fairly bullish if they end up happening. So I took the 39.55 calls right here. Probably grabbed it right over this 390. Oh yeah, I grabbed it right here. I do remember this. I grabbed it over the 394.30 area. Not over this candle, but this one right here. I'm gonna got over to that one. That's where I grabbed it. I grabbed the 39.55 calls at 780, and I got a little bit of a pop. It went from 780 to 870, then it dropped, it pulled back a little bit, then it popped again. But I did grab it right here again at, yeah, so I grabbed it here, I sold into here, when I pulled back, I reloaded again right here. Was there something going on that day? Was Yellen speaking of something? testifying. Bar was testifying. This could have been when they were done testifying. Yeah, it's possible. That's why I took that right there. But yeah, I grabbed the calls right there. Sold into that little. You can see the wick right there. Sold into that with that pullback. I reloaded the same ones. 39.55 calls at 7:20, and they went from 7:20 to 11:30 right there. So I forgot that we had Fed Vice President Barr testifying a couple days, and this was, I think, 28th was what, Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday it started. I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday, if I remember correctly. If my memory's shot, just forgive me. I mean, a lot goes on. There's been a lot happening in the market, a lot happening just in general, and just my mind can't keep up with everything. So that was Tuesday. Now Wednesday, got 4 wins. Wednesday, I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, look at this. The market just made a monster run. I think that was because that I think it was Collins that said that there was only going to be one more rate hike for the year, and that was it. And they were going to stop rate hiking. The market just freaked out. So trade ideas room on the 29th. SPY puts under 398.50, which is basically right here, pre-market low, because I posted it right around here. So I used this around down to the $0.50. Ran up right here in the last 30 minutes to a pre-market running into open. First 2-minute candle, blow it up. First 2-minute candle's red. Fake out number 1. I waited out for the first half an hour. I could see it just. This is like clockwork. This has been how it is almost every day. Red candle, start to make it look like it's a new low. Fake out. Start to make it look like it's going to break out, fake out, and then you take the puts right here. I took the 4005 puts right here underneath this 399.60 area. Got the 850, and they went from 850 to 930 right there. Not much of a move, but it is a move. But yeah, this is how it's been almost every day. I mean, you can literally count 1 or 2 fake outs. You can just wait and just say, okay, this is fake out number 1, fake out number 2. Okay, after fake out number 2 happens, you can basically trade the next move. That's just how it's been. It's been kind of crazy, but that's just the way it is. So then I took calls at 11:22, which is right here. You can see it dropped a little bit, staying in a range. Pre-market low got bought. Got this big green candle right here. You get this red candle, pullback candle. So when it broke over this 399.30 area, that's where I grabbed the calls. I grabbed the 40-10 calls at 770, and they went from 770 to 910 right there. And then I took calls at 12:15, which is right here. Came up to to higher day. Kind of rejected a little bit when it came quickly back up over the 399.90 or even 400. That's where I grabbed calls. I grabbed the 40-10 calls at 980, and they went from 980 to 1290. So you get almost $1 plus play on that. Really kind of stayed within range. Then I switched to puts at 139, which is right here. As you can see, it broke out. And then it quickly pulled back. So when it got back underneath this, you can see these 2 candles right here. This is higher day right over here. Tried to break out, pull back a little bit, then a fake breakout again right there. So when I pull back underneath the 414, or I should say 15, that's where I grabbed the 40-15 puts at $8, and they went from $8 to $10.30. So usually when you have I talk about this all the time. Whenever you usually have these big runs like this, you usually have a narrow range day. So whenever you have a large run, then the next day or 2 you will see a small range day, which will be anywhere from $2 to $4. So this is what I was basically banking on when I took the puts right here, that it was going to stay in the range, because it was ranging here. It pulled back, and it quickly popped, tried to break out. It was a fake out. When it came back in, it's thinking, okay, it's going to range, and it did. But up here at the end of the day, it did finally end up breaking out and taking off. And nice little inverted head and shoulders. If you want to look at it like that, you get the left shoulder right here, the head, and the right shoulder right here. Neckline could have been right here at the 420 area, or even up here at the Yeah, 420 would be a better area right there. So that was Wednesday. Now Thursday. Now, as at this point, I'm still flawless. This is just looking at the moves we've been getting pre-market, just ridiculous. The 30th, SPY puts under 403, which is right here, pre-market low. Let's see, I waited out the first, didn't quite wait out the first 30 minutes. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, but still, I didn't take the first 2-minute candle. Got a red candle. Didn't quite drop lower day, but it tried to make new high day. It was a fake out. It's basically fake out number one. That when it came back down underneath the 403.60 area, I got the 40-50 puts at 880, and they went from 880 to 1280 right here. Had a nice little dump right there. I just grabbed it as soon as it broke. I mean, to me, I really thought that it was going to drop after this insane run we had, because we were down here at 390, and we're already up here to the 404 area, so we're up almost $15 in 2 days. So, but SPY can run $15 in a day, but it usually needs some kind of extreme event for that to happen. So when it started to look weak, the first sign it looked weak, I was going to wait out the first half an hour, but I was like right around 5 minutes of 10, 9:55 or so, and I saw it do the fake out and come back down really quickly, and that's where I grabbed. Okay, screw it, I'm grabbing them. So got a nice little play out of that. Then I grabbed calls at 10:30, which is right here. I grabbed the 40-55 calls at 760, and they went from 760 to 840. Not quite much of a dollar move. Now the reason I grabbed this is because when it did a fake out right here, it dumped and it quickly got bought back up. So when I broke over this 404 area, that's where I grabbed the calls, and it was able to get a small move. Not much of a move. Then it just quickly turned around, and that's when I switched back to puts again at 1147, which is right here. Yeah, right when it broke below the 403.10, 403.15 area, when it broke below that, because it was like we had the fake out here, we got the call saying it ended up being a fake out, and ended up trying to go for higher day again and got slapped. When it came back down to lower day, that's when I decided to grab puts. I switched to puts, kind of trying to play both sides. So I grabbed the 40-45 puts at 750, and it went from 750 to $12 in that drop right there. Then I switched to calls again, back and forth, back and forth. I switched to calls at 254, which is right here. 254. 254. Where are you? Right here. Right here. Yeah, we get this move up to VWAP, pull back, kind of consolidated underneath it. I'm using the 20 EMA as support. So when I push through VWAP, right under VWAP is where I grabbed it. I grabbed the 40 calls at 760, and we got the push through VWAP at went from 760 to 960 in that push right there. So we got the push, just consolidated a little bit underneath it. So I ended up grabbing it right here. It pushed up, came back down, then it finally pushed. Then I grabbed calls again at 315, which is right here. Okay, 315. So it looks like I bought it here underneath VWAP, but I sold into this pop, and I reloaded right here. 315. Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. Yeah, I got it underneath VWAP right here, and when I popped through VWAP, I sold into that little pop, which, like I said, went up like from 760 to 960. So I got a $2 move. Then when I pulled back, I grabbed it again for the push through VWAP. Kind of risky to reload again, but kind of feeling it was gonna push, because anytime it does this, chops on the VWAP and via 20 EMA, and it's above the 20 EMA, and 20 EMA is pushing up, which is the blue line. It's usually it pops, so I had no problem reloading right there, and I did. And I got the full 40 calls again at 750 this time, and they went from 750 to 1070 in that push. So yeah, I got it here, sold here, got it here again, and sold in here. So that was the day on Thursday. A lot of back and forth, kind of crazy day now. Friday, I took my first loss. trade ideas room on Friday. SPY calls over 405.50, which is this higher day right here on pre-market high. Red candle right here, popped up, then started to pull back. But some reason I grabbed puts right here. I probably should have not done that. I grabbed the 48.70 puts at 9.10. I remember I only grabbed a few, and then I ended up adding more at 11.02, which is right here, right here. No, right here. Why did I grab it right there? There might have been something. Oh, the RSI was like at 70 something, and we had this right here. What's the price of this? 406. Yeah, this is where I averaged down right in here. You can see right here on the hourly double top. That's where I averaged down right here. I got it too prematurely. I only got a few just in case. Then I ended up adding more, thinking we were going to reject this area right here, the 406, 406-ish area. We did a little bit, then it just pushed right through. So I ended up adding more at 490, making my average 620, and stopping out at 3. So took my first loss. I probably should not have even taken it in the first place. I should have waited for it to come back down a lower day at something. And I just was not expecting this kind of strength. I was expecting this to react to the 406 area and at least, have a little bit of resistance, but just a tiny bit. Then just market just said screw you and just took off. So that was my first loss. I probably shouldn't. I could have avoided that loss if I was a little more patient, but it is what it is. So I waited, but I took next round of puts at 129, which is right here. No, right here, right there. You can see right here all these green candles. Got a little bit of a pullback right here. Then it started wicking on both sides, wicking here, then right here. So when it got underneath this 407.05 area, that's where I grabbed the puts. I grabbed the 40.85 puts at 750, and they went from 750 to 750 to 850 on that little drop right there. Then it held the 20 EMA, and when it did that, I grabbed calls at 159, which is right here, right over the 407.30 area. I switched calls, even though I had a really exaggerated run, and RSI is like, on the hourly is like over 70. But I mean, the RSI, you can't really always go and just short when it's oversold, because what happens is SPY can chop and the RSI can drop just on the chop alone and cool down and then just go more. So you got to be careful of that. RSI can be very tricky, can be very misleading. But because it didn't really drop much and the 20 EMA held, it bounced back up to this 407.30 area. That's when I grabbed the calls again at 760 to 1060. So that ended up being a good play. Then I grabbed calls again at 244, which is right here. Pulled back to the 20 EMA. It held again, came back up to the 407.60 area. That's where I grabbed the 40.85 calls at 890. And then it popped and went from 890 to 1420. So had a good strong move right here on a breakout. Then I just said, okay, I'm done for the day. So I just called it. But like I said, this loss, I could have avoided that, but I would have had a perfect week. I wasn't even paying attention. I had a perfect week. I didn't realize that I didn't take any losses until I think the end of the day, Thursday or early pre-market Friday morning. So I got just overzealous on this play right here and just got in prematurely. I could have avoided it, but it is what it is. I had as far as prematurely getting into this, I had the right idea with trying to act as resistance. Normally, after an insane run we've been having, that would have at least had a better reaction than what it did at that level. But it is what it is. That's part of trading. The market, anytime you get too confident or too cocky, your ego starts running rampant or something like that, the market's always going to punch you in the face when you start getting overconfident. So when you start doing well, don't let it go to your head. Don't get cocky about it. Don't take your ego down, because the market will always punch you in the face. No matter how good you are or how perfect you are, it's just the way the market is. It just will always keep you in check. So keep that in mind. I mean, no matter how good you are, no one wins 100% of the time. No one's ever perfect unless they're doing something illegal like pump and dumps or some shit like that. But with the market, it's hard to predict. It's been very, very tricky. I've had to adapt at least a few times in the last few months. So that's part of trading. When you see changes, you can adapt to the changes, even if you don't like them. The market doesn't care what you like or care what you want. It's just going to do what it wants, and you're along for the ride. So you just have to buckle up and be ready. So that's going to do it for the recap, and hope this is helping. Thanks for watching.